Oh, I think I'm the asshole. I got fired from my first management consulting job. You cannot die from overdose of psychedelics. Other folks sort of that like do invest that I've like Chameleonaire, Diddy, Terry Crews. It's interesting because like at some level in startups, you're investing in crazy people.
Hey guys, welcome back to Basement Dwellers, the show where we talk to CEOs about their lives back when they were basements, before they were in fancy offices, when they were just normal people like you or I. Today I'm joined here with Sheel Mohnot, managing partner at 500 Startups. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here.
So, just right off the bat, tell us, 500 Startups in a nutshell, what do you guys do?
Sure. So 500 Startups is the world's most active seed fund. So we've invested in more companies around the world than anyone else.
Okay.
And it's actually over 2,000 startups. I specialize in Fintech.
Right.
So I invest primarily in financial technology companies. And in that category alone, we've invested in over 250 in the past several years.
So are you guys, in a way, kind of like the American Idol of startups?
It actually is a lot like American Idol, where we get thousands of applications. I think it's like 4,000 or 5,000 applications for 30 spots. And there is a like culling that goes through. So it is kind of like an American Idol like system.
Are you more like a Paula Abdul character, or are you more the Simon Cowell? Like,
I think I'm the asshole.
Okay, there we go.
Well, I like to say I am the most honest.
Which can be harsh. Can be harsh.
So I always thought that I was too harsh, and sometimes I would be like, man, why'd I have to be so harsh on that guy? Like, I probably ruined his day. And then a couple times recently, I got messages from people being like, hey, you were the only one who was honest with me. Mm-hmm. I really appreciate that. And that really made my day.
Which I feel like if you have thin skin, you shouldn't be in the startup world.
That's exactly right.
Can you think of like the worst startup pitch you got where you just like chewed someone out?
I remember seeing one in Japan. I think it was called the hug button. So this thing, it was like an IoT device that you could have trigger upon a hug. So like if we were both wearing a hug button, we could trigger something to happen when we both hug. And I was like, why would you want that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, so we've had like really like silly ideas a lot. It's interesting because like at some level in startups, you're investing in crazy people. You invest in crazy people because crazy people are the people that give you the 100x outcome.
Did you ever have a basement dwelling phase, or was it always like smooth sailing?
No, hell no. It was never smooth sailing for everyone. So I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, like suburbs.
Right.
Definitely was like rebellious kid.
Okay.
Not getting great grades, but like getting good enough grades. And like I went to Carnegie Mellon, which is a great school in Pittsburgh. I got fired from my first management consulting job.
Can I ask for what?
So I had been working for 2 years at an undergrad. I negotiated. I think this is like one of the things that people always talk about. Like you got to negotiate for what you want.
Yeah.
I negotiated for a post-MBA title and salary.
But you weren't post-MBA?
No, I was like 2 years out of undergrad. Nobody. I like negotiated for this amazing role, and in no way was I ready for it. Like I was just like some kid, and I sucked at my job pretty much, so I got fired.
Yeah. Have you ever met a tech CEO that you've kind of been starstruck by? Like, who are like the big hitters that you are like trying to headhunt that you're like, can I meet with that person?
I definitely used to get starstruck by these people. So coming from where I come from, like I didn't know anything about Silicon Valley. I didn't know anything about anything. And all these people were just people I just read about. Right. In like real magazines, like I didn't know these people. Now I know them all. Okay. Like now I've hung out with Mark Andreessen several times. Like I know what his kid looks like. I'm no longer starstruck.
What about Ben Horowitz? Have you met him as well?
Yeah, I have. He's got this interesting like rap thing, so like I went to his house for a barbecue a couple months ago, and it was really funny the people that were there. It was like Diddy, Terry Crews.
Oh, the muscle guy? Yeah. From the Old Spice commercials?
The Old Spice commercials. He's awesome.
He's
I love
the nicest guy.
He's super nice.
Yeah.
Oprah's best friend, Gayle King.
Okay.
She was there. I don't know, all these people.
Yeah.
Mark was there. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg was there. Okay. But like Mark, I've known through other stuff.
So you're not starstruck by either of the Marks, because those are like that's like the A-list tech. Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Andreessen. Like you're cool with both of them.
Yeah, I would say I'm really good friends with Mark Zuckerberg's sister.
Okay.
So,
Is that how you
so
met him?
We hang out all the time.
Can you give a little detail, like what is Mark Zuckerberg like in person?
Super nice guy. Like, it's funny, I think, if you look at, like, the press around the Cambridge Analytica thing,
Yeah.
now 6 months ago, people come off really negative on him.
Yeah.
And, like, he's the devil, like, he's doing all these things purposely. No, like, he's a super nice guy who just, like, really wants to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And if you look at decisions that they've made at Facebook through the years, they always look at it from, like, a what is best for the user perspective.
Yeah.
And to see him demonized all over the place, it's tough. It
Yeah.
sucks. I was playing Cards Against Humanity
Okay.
with his sister, and a card came up that said, "Getting Zuckerberged" was one of the cards in Cards Against Humanity.
No way.
And she got it. It's so funny.
That's so funny. What does it mean to get Zuckerberg?
I don't even know. We were like, what the hell does this even mean?
Yeah, get Zuckerberg. Like create a $1 billion company.
Or like $100 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Massive company.
And then kind of have the data stolen and have a publicity. Like it's
I guess,
a
I don't
very
know.
like obscure, complex
Obscure
reference to
yeah.
make. Are you connected with any of like the Warriors? I know in particular, but like are you connected with any sports people through your investing? Because I know like Joe Montana.
Yeah,
Tim
Joe
Shannon.
Montana, we have a bunch of investments in common. At demo days, like at YC or 500 demo days, there are all sorts of sports people. People come up to you, like give you a card. And actually, I've had a couple Pittsburgh Steelers at the demo days.
And they give you your card, and then you
Yeah.
ask for their autograph, or how does that work?
Yeah.
What about like actors or anything? I know Ashton Kutcher is kind of like the guy.
So Ashton, I have a couple of investments with as well. Aside from Ashton, I can't think of any. Other folks sort of that like do invest that I've, like Chameleonaire does.
Chameleonaire's a tech investor. I gotta hear
It's
that.
hilarious, like the
I
people that are tech investors now.
What has he invested in?
In the fintech world, the one that I remember is Stripe, which is great investment.
Yep.
He's done a bunch though.
That's so wild. Is he Chameleonaire off screen?
Yeah,
He's the same person.
Cham. Yeah.
Wow. I gotta get him on the show, man. That's
Yeah.
nuts. Weed is just becoming legalized.
Yeah.
Are you in that in a business sense?
We as a fund are invested in Ease.
Yep.
Ease is a marijuana delivery company, and they're doing phenomenally well.
I guess on a personal level, are you like pro legalization? Think it should be totally free?
I am pro legalization.
Okay.
I actually don't smoke weed, but I am pro legalization.
Okay. What about like things like DMT, LSD, like psychedelics? Do you think there's like a place for that?
Absolutely. I don't like that they're illegal. I also worry that if it was fully legal, you could just get it anywhere. There might
Yeah.
be some difficulty. But I think that there's a lot of room for experimentation. Clearly, it works for some people in depression. So Michael Pollan?
Yep.
So he has a new book out called How to Change Your Mind.
Okay.
And first of all, it's an awesome name, How to
Yeah.
Change Your Mind. But he goes through, he has a few experiences. I think he has LSD, smokes a toad, and I think mushrooms. I think a mainstream writer like Michael Pollan writing about psychedelics is really going to make this more mainstream.
I heard licking the toad. I didn't know you smoked the toad.
Okay, so let me tell you about smoking the toad.
Okay.
So there's a frog.
An actual frog.
Actual frog.
Right.
A Sonoran desert toad or
Okay.
something like that. And
I guess it's a toad, not a frog.
yeah, it's a toad.
Yeah.
And it has venom in its warts.
Okay.
You actually squeeze out the venom. It doesn't hurt the toad at all. You squeeze out the venom onto a piece of glass, and then you smoke it. And it's very intense. You see colors. It's hallucinogenic, but it's very quick. And you're done, and you're back to like normal in 5 minutes.
Wow. I really want to smoke the toad now. That sounds pretty cool. Because I think like the problem with like acid or any of that stuff is it lasts
It's
like
a long
hours.
time. Yeah. So you do acid, and then like you can't sleep that night.
Yeah, exactly. And then like you're kind of exhausted and you're like, colors are cool for like 2 hours. Now I just want to be able to see my face, and it's like just like a lot. You know, it's frustrating. Well, I think that's a great note to leave off on. So thank you for talking Chameleonaire, payments, and smoking the toad. It's pretty fun.
Absolutely, man.
All right. Thanks, man.